Alta Mesa Schools, Mr. Miller with your Monday morning announcements, and welcome back from spring break. We had an amazing, crazy, nuts week the week before spring break, and now we're back. You had a great spring break. The weather was up and down through spring break, but I hope it was restful. I hope it was rejuvenating, and I hope you had an amazing time. We are back. You guys, of course, had Monday off, so we're back on Tuesday morning for the Monday morning announcements. That works. Yep. With now, welcome to April. April is an amazing month. I'm excited for it. It may not be quite as involved as March was, but it's good for us to come back and kind of ease back into things. And then May's coming, and then before you know it, guys, summer's here. So we're going to work to make this the best time possible, do the best we can over the next few weeks here in April. As we're coming into things kind of mid-April. It's April 9th, which is just a great, great day. So let's get into it, Alta Mesa. Let's first start off with our meal reminder for the month. So let's send it over to our cafeteria ladies to let us know what we are eating in the cafeteria.
Hi guys, Miss Claudia here.
Miss Megan.
And we're gonna go over the menu for the week.
Today we're having a sausage biscuit.
And for lunch, we're going to have either orange chicken or teriyaki chicken with rice.
Tomorrow is going to be a donut.
And for lunch, we're gonna have a crispy chicken sandwich with fries.
Thursday's gonna be bagel and cream cheese.
For lunch, we're going to have chili with chips, and we are also gonna do our chili bar.
Friday's gonna be a breakfast burrito.
And for lunch will be pizza and a special treat.
Have a great week.
All right, thank you guys so much for that wonderful reminder of our meals in the cafeteria. You might be wondering, hey, the character trait, what was the character trait? We are moving into April. April's character trait is perseverance. We're also going to be focusing on a new habit. But perseverance is a great theme that I would like to talk about really quickly just to set the stage for the month. Because spring break happened at a unique time in April. Usually spring break is mid to end of April, and this year was right at the beginning of April, end of March. So we have to persevere, guys, because we have 9 valuable weeks left of school for us to persevere and show all of the learning that we have learned or that we have taken in this year, everything that we have learned in our classrooms, and we persevere because we have end of the year assessments. We have our state testing coming up in about 3 to 4 weeks. So we have a lot of things to persevere through. And Alta Mesa, I am excited to watch you guys and see what you guys can do persevering through this month and continuing to work hard, continuing to learn all the way through the end of the year. So with that being said, guys, I'm excited for what you guys can do. So let's set the stage and let's persevere through this last part of the year. Moving on to your favorite, I think, part of this. Let's hit that music. And we're back with our shout outs for the week prior to break. So here are our shout outs for the last week prior to break. Melody Pollard in Mrs. Tuggle's class for being kind to all her friends and working hard. In Mrs. Schmidt's class, we have Maseo for being a respectful listener when the guest readers were visiting our classroom. In Mrs. Walsh's class, Lindsay Long working so hard in new reading groups. In Mrs. Isis's class, Elijah has been a great listener and knows how to stay on task. In Mrs. Randolph's class, Rhett Pagan has been working extra hard in his AR goals. In Mrs. Duke's class, Linnea has been working hard and helping others in class. In Mr. Havlina's class, to Araya for reading and passing all of her AR goals in chapter books. For Mrs. Haig's class, Caden Collins starting to complete his AR goal now and not waiting until the end of the trimester is over. In Mrs. Brewer's class, Elliot Pena. Elliot did a great job on his biography report and on the Wax Museum. In Miss McNeely's class, Aiden making goals for himself in AR and meeting them. And in Mrs. King's class, Adam Gardner. Adam is being more responsible following class procedures. So great job to all of our shout outs for this week, or actually the week before break. All right, guys. Even though this month is not as crazy as March, we actually have a lot of things happening in this month as far in the way of after school clubs and sports. So really quickly, I'm going to go over through all of the after school clubs and sports that are happening this week. First off, we have practices for both softball and flag football happening after school. So softball is with Miss Trina and happening practices are after school this week from 2:30 to 3:30, and for flag football practices are also after school at 2:30. We have our art clubs starting this week as well. We have our K1 art club with Mrs. Walsh and our 2-3 art club with Mrs. Duke, and that is on Tuesdays after school at 2:15. So if you are in the K1 or the 2-3 art club, remember that's after school. If you're 2-3, you're going to Mrs. Duke's class. If you are in K1, you're going to Mrs. Walsh's class. And then on Fridays, Mr. Javelina has his 3rd grade basketball camp. So if you are signed up for that, it's actually not too late to sign up for that. So if you're interested in 3rd grade basketball camp with Mr. Javelina, make sure you get your signups in now. And of course, we continue to have our garden club on Thursdays, and of course, we also have after-school tutoring happening on the days that you're signed up for that. So Alta Mesa, we have a great week coming back, 4 days this week to ease us back in after spring break. It's going to be an amazing week. Remember to persevere. Remember to work through those hard things. I love the quote, "We can do hard things," because yes, we can. We can do hard things. And let's go through this week capitalizing on the amazing weather. Spring has sprung, and let's make this the best week ever.